As long as Gary Gensler's there, they're just going to keep going, and you are going to be next. So dance on Richard Hart's grave all that you want to, BTC Maxis and all these people that are celebrating ETFs, they will come for you. We're going to transition into this Richard Hart. Is him being more quiet, good, bad, ugly, whatever? We're going to get to that right now. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like. We very much appreciate it. We do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate all of you guys being here for sure. And we want to talk about RH. So he just went on a tweet storm, and we'll look at these in a moment. Before I even do, though, you know what? Maybe it makes sense to actually look at these in real time first, and then we'll approach the actual question that we were going to ask here. So he's basically tweeting case law, which I imagine, definitely not reading these. These are huge. But that I'm imagining have something to do with what he may be facing. So multiple. And, I haven't read these yet. This just came out. But what I can say is just making a snap judgment. I mean, I don't know what they all definitely say, but if they are something that would seem to support his case, I mean, he very well could be right. And then opposition and other people may just not give a shit, though. I mean, like there's plenty of case law out there that's like, hey, clearly the Supreme Court has already decided on this, so this is what you guys need to know. That doesn't mean that the enemy is going to back off or anything like that, obviously. But I haven't read these yet either, so I don't want to make any kind of snap judgment necessarily. So
this is the first time seeing it too. When you said that, I looked and saw some notifications on some of these. Now, he has been. Someone said if there was some sort of gag order placed, and him using AI to tweet for him,
yeah,
maybe that's what some of this stuff is coming from. But it looks like just more summaries of different rulings, and like I said, I can't comment without reading through them, but it looks like there's
this final one that he just sent is really the exclamation point. He retweeted, reposted his tweet from August the 2nd, where he said blockchains are a library. And this is one of the ones where he got they're very positive response, obviously. Blocks are people's writing, math, art, speech. Blockchain software is publishing software you use to publish the speech you've created in the public. And it goes on and on like that, basically saying, hey, it's a public good. It's something that's been created. It's there. And he just retweeted that one now and said, blockchain equals you do some math, you publish the results publicly with a timestamp, period. It is speech and publishing. How loudly must I scream it? It is peer-to-peer speech. It always has been. So, yeah, we know you're right. And there are many people that know you're right. And I'm sure a lot of these case laws would back up that you are right. But, hey, we have government entities, believe it or not, and people every day that break laws without consequence and ignore case law, even Supreme Court case law. There's literally laws in this country right now that are upheld. Maybe I shouldn't call them laws, but there actually are statutes right now that are upheld, and there's a whole system in place that's basically an entire scam, if you want to call one a scam, that people carry out every single day, and we just put up with it and do it, and nobody does anything about it because nobody's powerful enough to do anything about it. So, yeah, I'll have to read into them a little bit more. But, hey, it is good that he is active. I think that's one of the things that people, as we're going to get into here, are worried about. It's like, where is he? He's not streaming. He needs to acknowledge people because of the SEC thing. I want to get your thoughts on this first. I think we probably kind of echo similar sentiment. But do you think that him not being as visible as in past markets and things like that, with where everybody's at right now, with what's going on with the SEC, how bad is it for these investors, this ecosystem? And you specifically, the reason we put this in here, Ewok, is because you said to me the other day, like, there are some people out there that need a leader. So what did you mean by that? And what do you think that means for what RH should be doing, I guess?
Well, I hate to say it, but yeah, there are people that need that person telling them, almost, I hate to say telling them what to do, because he's not telling people what to do.
Right.
But he's constantly educating. And I guess Twitter or X, whatever, is not the same as a live stream. You know, you get some of those 4 or 5 hour bangers that he used to put out on YouTube, and it was just so packed full of the information that he would preach constantly. And honestly, that's where a lot of the knowledge from this community came from. You know, he said things and educated so often. And I think some people need that. Like they're afraid to make decisions, afraid to do their own research. They need that person telling them, you know, the right way, the wrong way, what to look for, what to stay away from. As scary as that can be, but I think people need that. And it's, you know, there are other people that don't really care, like myself. I know he's educated us well on what to look for, what to be on the lookout for, what not to get involved with. And you know, there's still people out there chasing this shiny new object. It's clear when, you know, you don't have that person saying, guys, you should probably stay away from that. It's probably not going to end well. People listen, and you know, I hate to say that it was that influential, but it was that educational, I think, is what it was.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't so much him saying don't do that as it was that he would also give examples of previous things that were just like that, that didn't end well. And you know, again, there are people that need to be led. They can't lead, they have to be led. That's why you always have workers, right, instead of the ones that go out and do their own thing. Yeah, it's just you know, it's a fine line that we have to draw, because you know, again, he mentions how Satoshi left, but I'm still here. And I don't really think he'll ever abandon it. I just really think that he has been advised, you probably shouldn't say a whole lot, just in case. You know, better safe than sorry. And people are getting upset about it, and they know what's going on. Like, I just think it's silly to be upset right now. If none of this was happening and he was still quiet, then yeah, I could say, well, what's going on? Then it would be a little bit suspicious. But because we know what the story is, what's happening, you know, we don't know the details, but it serves perfect reason for him to keep it quiet. He's posting a bunch of facts on Twitter, which is good. You know, other cases I see, you know, that he just did, and you know, it speaks volumes if you really read it.
In regards to like people that need a leader, you are right, and I'm not trying to put anybody down for this at all, because we've all been there at some point. But yeah, there are going to be people that are like the cogs in the system, or the spokes in the wheel, or whatever it is that, you know, help everything turn. And there's the people that are up top. There's got to be some kind of a pecking order, and things usually sort themselves out that way over time. Now, the people that are that distressed about not seeing him all the time in the midst of this SEC stuff, I mean, have you not been involved in any kind of legal thing yourself ever, or even heard of someone that was involved in a potential lawsuit? This is standard fare. I mean, that's, you know, and it doesn't mean that he's scared or he's running or this or that. Clearly he's not. I mean, this is why we're seeing these tweets, whether it's him or, you know, whatever some of the AIs he was tweeting about yesterday. But, you know, I think that it's important to realize that, yeah, this is something that's going to happen whenever you're under fire with a lawsuit like this. It doesn't mean he's running. It's just that you want to keep things on a straight and narrow, and not mistakenly say, because there's sharks in the water right now. They're out to get you. They want to get you at every turn. That's how court proceedings are. They're going to manipulate your words. They're going to twist this and twist that. So yeah, I don't know why people don't understand that, or why they don't, you know, why they can't get that. But and then in terms of the other type, where you're saying, you know, they just needed to feel like comfortable in the investment or whatever. I mean, like, to me, it's just then you're incredibly weak about this, and maybe you shouldn't even be involved in it, or any crypto for that matter, because this is happening. Hey, guess what? Newsflash: even though everybody likes to pretend that this is only happening to Richard Hart, HEX, PulseChain, the SEC has already named off like the top 10, 15 tokens and said they're all securities, even though they haven't taken, concrete action yet or anything. So
Sure.
they are coming for you, whatever it is that you like, as long as Gary Gensler's there or whatever whatever they're doing, these knee-jerk reactions to the XRP thing, which they're now appealing, they're just going to keep going, and you are going to be next. So dance on Richard Hart's grave all that you want to, BTC Maxis and all these people that are celebrating ETFs and things like that. They will come for you. So it doesn't end here. So I personally, I don't need to see Richard Hart streaming or anything right now. I think what he's doing right now is more than enough. We have something that's working. I think I feel positive about the outcome of whatever will happen with the SEC. And I think more money will continue to flow into this. I mean, it's one of the most advanced, newest blockchains that we have going, and it's got the best community in crypto. Yeah. So,
and that brings me to another point that I just thought about. When this community was kind of just in its infancy, it was at the beginning of COVID. Everybody was kind of locked down in their homes. People started streaming, becoming friends, making relationships with people. And it really solidified, where we were at. And I just heard the other day, there may be some rumors of some of this stuff coming back, whether it be travel stipulations or masks or whatever it may be. And who knows how that'll all play out, but it's interesting timing, right?
It is. Hey, we don't want to get demonetized. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it's interesting timing how this plays out, that it could re-solidify a community. I don't think we'll see lockdowns. I don't think people will put up with it this time like they did last. But
some people didn't put up with it last time, really.
Well, exactly. But I think less will. But if places go to a fully remote, you're going to have a lot of people at home. You already do, but you may have even more. It could be very bullish is all I was thinking about with the whole scenario, and see how it plays out. But could be interesting, a re-solidification of the community with a new chain and a new variant.
Well, you know what? Yeah. Hey, bring it on. I don't know what cool name we'll get for the next one, but hey, you didn't even mention this. You didn't mention the best part, Ewok, and that would be if they do all that, printing money again. I mean, that's really the big catalyst here. Yeah. Sure. So hey, lock us down. Get everybody at home. Send out the stimmy checks again. I'll take it with FedNow. I'll use FedNow. Send it to me.
It'll be CBDCs. That's the problem.
Hey. Pump us. I don't give a shit about anything else. Pump the ecosystem on fire. Put us on lockdown now, please. We need to get this thing going. So yeah, I am with you 100% though. I mean, I understand. Look, I want to see Richard Hart streaming? Absolutely. And those old streams are insane. The guy is super smart. Love hearing him talk about blockchain. Love reading some of his tweets and everything, whether they're him or AI, like Sami has hypothesized. And hey, we talked about this today, full circle. Crypto 7 calling out Sami for being AI, and now Sami saying Richard Hart's AI. So yeah, that's crazy scenario there. And shout out to Sami because he usually watches these on the back end if he's seeing this. But if Richard streams, it'll be great. But it's not something I think we need right now. And hey, just do what you need to do with this lawsuit going on. So